Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Need help or want to report damage? Visit supportjamaica.gov.jm to find nearby aid, updates, and emergency support all in one place. The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 9 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. It is Monday. It's Monday, December 15, 2025. We're 10 days away from Christmas. Man, this year felt like it came, it destroyed, and it left. It was a quick but treacherous year. But we're making it through to the end. Thank God we're alive and well, and we must be grateful for that. Good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, or 90.9, thank you for joining us on your radio. If you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, top of the morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's Nationwide 90 FM LIVE with the number 2 beside that. Go on over there and subscribe if you haven't. I want to say good morning to those in the YouTube chat, but I'm not seeing the YouTube chat. Are we live? Not sure. Kevin? No? Okay. No, we're not. Are you sure? Okay, let me see. Kevin is telling me that we're live. Okay, here we go. All right. So let me say good morning to those in the YouTube chat. Rick NYCJM first in the YouTube chat this morning. Katie Buello, Merlin Russell, Roger Smart, top of the morning to you. Ryder 40, Sylvia Corley, good morning. Rohan Stadhard, good morning to you as well. Sharon Bryan, Philip Jackson, Monica Stone, Sonia Hutton, Nadine Bell. Big up all of you guys in the YouTube chat. Top of the morning to you. If you're listening from the 90 FM band, I did say that already. Good morning. If you're listening from our app, available for free on the Google Play and the App Store, good morning to you. And those on our website, revonews.ai, top of the morning to you as well. It's a Monday morning. It's time for Immigration Mondays. All right. Inside Immigration Mondays this morning, we're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee. And in studio with me for the first time at this studio, I have Nadine. Good morning to you, Nadine. How are you?
I am wonderful, Miss Nora. It is very nice to be here. Thank you for the welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Lee. Miss Lee, where you there? You should be here.
Far away. Can't reach you.
I knew the Christmas breeze. You know what? It's too cold right now in Canada. That's what it is.
Can I tell you, it has been a very cold December.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel good to be in Jamaica? It's so warm and nice and cozy.
It does.
Yeah. Away from all the snow and whatever else is happening in Canada. But good morning to you, ladies. If it's your first time here on the program, Inside Immigration Mondays, we usually get an update on immigration-related matters concerning the United States and Canada, and then after that, we open the phone lines to you. So if you have any immigration-related questions, then we give you an opportunity to ask those questions by phone call, or if you want to leave the questions in the YouTube chat, that's not a problem. We take it from there as well. So we're going to start with the updates. Going to start with my guest in studio, Nadine, and then we go over to Opal.
Thank you, Nora. And of course, good morning to our wonderful listeners and viewers. Nora, for the updates, Immigration Canada has been having a few express entry draws. Now, for persons who are not familiar with the express entry system, it is an online system wherein persons who are interested in migrating to Canada, you submit your profile. So you're entering all of your information, name, personal information, your education details, your work experience. And for persons who want to enter the express entry system, please remember that you need to enter all of your work information, because you never know, some of that work experience may help to give you additional points. So last week, there was a draw for the Canadian Experience class category. The Canadian Experience class category is for persons who have at least 1 year work experience in Canada in certain job titles.
Okay.
There was also a draw for persons in the healthcare sectors. So, you know, again, with the express entry system, it is up to the immigration minister what category of applicants he's selecting, what score he's using, as well as if there are any other criterions that he's using. So that is my update for today.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Nadine. And we're up on the break. So we're going to take this break, and when we come back, we get the update from Opalia out of the United States.
SLV family, we heard you. You asked for an easier way to repay your loan and a clear view of your loan balance. Introducing the upgraded SLV student portal. Now with loan EMI payment and loan statement. Choose your loan type, enter your amount, enter your debit or credit card information, confirm, and you're done. The Students Loan Bureau, building bridges, transforming dreams.
Log on today at portalslbja.com.
You ever stop and think if something happened to your loved one, how you'd manage? Funeral costs not cheap, but with the family indemnity plan and critical illness rider from Kuna Caribbean Insurance, coverage start at just $422.40 a month, cheaper than a box of food. And the best part is, you don't need no medical for sign up. So link your credit union today or visit kunacaribbean.com to get the protection your family deserve. Conditions apply.
The Police Civilian Oversight Authority will be hosting its Transforming Our Police Service TOPS program on Thursday, December 18, 2025. The TOPS program, established in 2019, aims at ensuring that police officers adhere to Jamaica Constabulary Force policies. Additionally, the program looks at boosting their confidence, morale, and spirits. The program is comprised of 4 phases: the TOPS Area Competition, the TOPS Area Award Ceremony, Area Command Performance, and Area Command Reinspection. All phases that foster professionalism and accountability. Join Cliff Hughes online from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we broadcast live from the TOPS program on Thursday, December 18, 2025. Only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. This broadcast is brought to you by Police Civil Oversight Authority.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays. We're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee, and in studio with me, Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. We got the update from Canada. Let's go over to Opal Lee. What's happening in the United States?
Thank you, Nora. By the way, good morning to our wonderful listeners and viewers. Happy Monday. So, we have one big update here for those who are interested in that gold card that President Trump has started. They're now accepting applications. It's an application fee for $15,000. So, you can go right ahead. The form is the I-140G. So, I think, Nora, you may have been interested in that one. Yes, that's the gold card.
No.
Of course, you can go ahead and start filing that file. Yeah. All right. And then, of course, that's for people who have maybe extraordinary abilities or exceptional abilities, and of course, lots of money. Then, yes, you can go ahead. I believe you need to have investment of, $5 million. And then the application fee is $15,000 US. All right. Then the other thing is, we're watching this. It sounds like good news. It says the Department of Homeland Security, they're saying that they're going to be focusing on arresting illegal immigrants with serious offenses amid the negative polling on ICE raids. We're watching that because I'm still seeing people without any criminal records being arrested, but they just announced that this past last week. So we're going to see, and that's great news coming up into the Christmas. I think what they're basically saying is that, they're going to put smaller emphasis on carrying out those large raids. Remember those large raids that we saw like at Home Depot and other locations? Yeah. They're basically saying they're not going to be doing those large raids anymore. They're going to be focusing on people with criminal records. So keep our fingers crossed that they keep their words and go after people that has criminal record.
All right. So thank you so much, Opal, for that. Gold card available now if you want it, super fast. Record time residency application into the United States for you.
Not quite. Hold on, not record time, because guess what? The feedback is it's just like, anyway. But you're still going to have to wait
that
for
was
a visa
the catch.
number to become available.
But I thought
you're still going to have to wait for a visa number to become available. And that, so it's kind of bad news, because for those people maybe who are in like the EB1A and the other categories, they're going to be pulling, in my opinion, and other legal practitioners' opinion, they're going to be pulling numbers away, because normally it's a cap where you have to wait for a certain visa number to become available. And so where they're going to get these numbers from? They're going to be pulling from people who like in the EB1A and the NIW.
Should be getting there soon.
So you're still gonna have to wait for a visa number to become available.
So then, I thought that was the whole point of this gold card, to be able to get in quickly with this super fast gold card for $15,000 US. What's the point? You know what? Let me just. Okay, gold card now available for those who want to apply. $15,000 US dollars, that is, for the processing fee. What's the app? What's the
I-140G. Of course, G for gold, right? Yes. Right. I-140G.
I-140G. Go on over and apply for your gold card if you so desire. All right, so we're at the point in the program where we are going to take your questions. If you have any questions, maybe about the gold card or any other immigration-related questions, you can give us a call. The numbers to call, 876-630-9371. There's also 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and or digital line is 618-6730. Those are the numbers to call. Of course, if you are unable to call, then we take your questions from the YouTube chat just the same. And speaking of the YouTube chat, there are already some questions in the YouTube chat that we will take. The first one is for you, Nadine. This person is asking a question we get from time to time. How soon after your application has been denied, how soon after that can you reapply for a Canadian visa?
You can actually reapply the next day if you wanted, Nora, because first you want to look at the reasons for the refusal. And if you believe that, okay, maybe you didn't submit all of your supporting documents. For example, when you're doing a Canadian visitor's visa, by now you need your job letter, bank statements, property documents, if you're going to be staying with a family member or friend in Canada, an invitation letter, and their supporting documents. So if you know you did not submit all of those supporting documents with your application, then you can pretty much resubmit anytime after. If you believe you've submitted everything and there is a refusal, then you would want to try and understand, okay, why was my application refused? Sometimes when you look at a client's bank statement, Nora, you'll see where we call it lump sum deposits. You want to take a look at, okay, what is your bank balance? What is the sum of the largest deposit that you made within the last month or 90 days, depending on how your bank provides the information.
Right.
Whenever you're doing a visitor's visa application, you do not want to have too many lump sum deposits. If you do have lump sum deposit, you want to show where the funds are coming from. You know, okay, maybe you had a vehicle, or you got, in Jamaica you call it a partner draw, right? So if you have the documents to show that, then you also want to include that with your application as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. Someone after that is asking Opal, how long does it take to bring my husband from Jamaica to the US? Is Opal... Oh, we're not seeing Opal. Is Opal, are you hearing us at least? No? All right. It seems as if we may need to reconnect with Opal on Zoom, but there are some more questions here for you, Nadine. This one says, I got... Where did it jump to? Okay, here it is. I got an email from Immigration Express Canada informing me to apply for jobs. They're asking me for a resume. Is this real? How did they know my email address? Yeah.
Okay, if you applied for Express Entry, then you would receive communication via your email. You would then sign into your Express or your online account, and that is where you'd find the correspondences. So I'm not sure if the email you received is from Immigration Canada and the letter you're talking about regarding applying for jobs, if that letter is from your inbox, from your online immigration account, not just a random email that you got from someone. Because, you know, nowadays when you do a search, Nora, then you get so many other information and ads popping up relating to what you were searching for.
Yeah. The based on the message in the YouTube chat here, it doesn't sound as if this person had applied for anything. I'm not sure, because she said she's asking how they got her email. So it doesn't sound as if she was, you know, in conversation with anybody. Just be careful.
Right, because what happens, Nora, when you submit an Express Entry profile, you do get a letter in your inbox that says, yes, you know, this is your Express Entry profile number, and you can start applying for jobs. Okay, so it is not illegal to apply for a job when you're outside of Canada. However, of course, it is illegal to start working without the proper documents.
Right.
Because Immigration Canada wants to know that, yes, at least you have started the process of looking for jobs, because then if you do get through with your permanent residency, of course, it will make it easier for you to settle into the country.
Okay.
So that's one of the first emails that is sent out to persons when they submit an Express Entry profile.
Okay. If the person who asked the question is still on, if you could just let us know if you applied for, if you were a part of the Express Entry, if you did send any such application, or the email. Well, see, the person just said I did not apply at any time. So maybe that's not a legitimate email then. And so either do not open it, do not click any link that's in it, or just delete it if you didn't.
And don't pay any money, because a lot of these companies, they'll send you emails, and once you start filling out the information, then you need to pay a fee, Nora. So please, yes, be very, very careful as to some of these emails that are sent out.
Right. Just yeah, please. Here's another one. It says, I'm in Canada and my work visa has expired. I've applied for extension from IRCC and I'm awaiting a response. In the meantime, can I apply for a US visa?
You can apply, but I'd probably say to you, wait until you get your extension, because of course you want to show U.S. immigration that you do have status in Canada. You know, you're in between status right now.
Right.
You know, I don't know if the person was on a student visa and applied for a postgrad, or if it was just a work permit you have, and now you're applying to extend your work permit. But I would say to you, just wait until you get the work permit extension before applying for the U.S. visa. Again, I don't know how long it also takes for you to get a date for a U.S., whether you're getting an interview or if everything is processed online. Opal would probably be able to answer that question. So you could look at the timelines, but I would probably say wait until you get your extension before you submit the U.S. visa.
All right, thank you so much for that, Nadine. We are up on another break. Hopefully, while we take this break, we can reconnect with Opal. Take a break and come back with more Immigration Mondays.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is...
It's 9:30.
Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
Do it for your best life, do it. Go check your HIV status, do it. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself it, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan, do it for your best life, do it for your best life, do it. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton, and it's Immigration Mondays. We're joined in studio by Canadian immigration consultant Nadine Mahabir, and we're also joined by U.S. immigration attorney Opal Lee online. We are at the point in the program where we are taking your questions. We've been taking your questions. Remember, you can give us a call. The numbers to call 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4, and 618-6730. Of course, if you are unable to call, then you can leave your question in the YouTube chat. And here in the YouTube chat, we have some questions already for you. Opal, this one says, I would like to know if a person who has completed a filing and is ready to leave their destination in New York, is it okay? I guess the person is going to New York. Is it okay if they stop in Florida? Okay, so they should be going to New York. They've filing is complete and they should be heading to New York. I guess that's the address that they stated that they will be going to, but they want to know if they can stop in Florida first for 2 days and then go to New York.
Wait, so where are they coming from?
Jamaica, I'm assuming.
And so they're visiting?
No, they were on filing. Their filing is complete and they should be leaving, migrating. But they want, and I'm assuming they should be migrating to New York. But then they want to know if when they leave to go, they can stop in Florida first and then go to the destination that they should be going to.
Usually that's not a problem, but it all depends on who is filing for who. So, for example, if it's a spouse filing for another spouse, you want to be landing where your spouse lives. Don't be go looking for auntie and uncle and cousin and everybody else in between. You need to go straight to your spouse. Now, if it's a mother or father or sister or brother that's filing for you, then you can land anywhere in the United States.
Okay. All right. So to that person, if you heard Opal there, so whichever applies to you, then take the advice accordingly. Someone here is asking me to ask about an investor visa. I'm not sure which country that applies to, or is it for both? I don't know.
I'll let Opal take it.
An investor visa, I mean, like for example, in the United States, it's called the E2 visa. So you could show that you're going to be doing exactly that, investing in the United States, so that you're not going to have any immigrant intent, because investor visa, well, it depends. If the E2 is a non-immigrant visa. So you get to work, for example, for 2 years, invest in the United States. You're going to have to show that you have the funds, though, whether in your bank account or other. And then you have the EB5, big investor visas, where you have the $1 million, money. And so the person would need to do a consultation.
All right.
Yeah, the same thing for Canada, Nora, because you have the provincial nominee programs where some of them do have business categories.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on, does the person have an interest in a particular province? What is their income like? What are their net assets like?
Mm-hmm.
Are they planning to start a business in Canada? What type of business? Are you able to employ at least a Canadian? So there are different criterions that Immigration Canada looks at if a person is looking at coming up as a business person.
Okay. All right. We have a caller on the line. Dwayne, good morning.
I would like to speak to the U.S. immigration lawyer. This is Christopher Das. My daughter is filing for me, but whatever, she's asking me to do the payment out here, just to assist her from the center. I'm asking, how much would it overall for you to do documentation for the
we don't do prices, sir. Sorry to cut you, but we don't do prices like that. Please contact your office if it's for U.S. If it's for Canada, I think you need to contact Nadine's office.
Okay, for U.S., I need to contact your office. And how do I do that? Where's your office?
Just continue to listen.
Okay, continue to listen.
Right. I'm going to allow Opal to give the contact information and so forth very soon, so you can just keep listening, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. All right. Another question for you, Opal, on YouTube. It says, my daughter filed for her minor son in May 2024. She got a correspondent from USCIS saying the application is in process and she should not call them until 2029. Why is it taking so long?
Because they can. But I don't really think it's going to take that long to 2029, to be honest. But I think they put that long waiting period because they don't want people contacting them before and saying that my filing is with outside the normal processing hours. So when they do that 2029, it's basically saying don't contact them before 2029. But I don't think it's going to take till 2029 for them to get. For example, especially if it's a parent filing for a minor child, no, it's not going to take that long.
All right. I see a series of questions in the YouTube chat from Claudian. Claudian says, I went to the embassy last week. I was asked 3 questions. I answered them and I didn't get the visa. Based on, the person said, when can I go back? But based on the fact that, the person said, Nadine, when can I go back? But based on the fact that you went in for an interview, I'm assuming it's a US visa, so it would be Opal. And then the person also said, I waited 2 months to get an interview and still I did not get the visa.
There's no guarantee anyway,
Absolutely.
especially for a non-immigrant visa, The U.S. Embassy reserves the right, the consulate reserves the right to look at everybody's unique situation and see whether or not you satisfy them that you qualify. They will have to believe in their hearts and soul that when you get this visa, you're going to do it go and use it how you said that you are going to use it, to visit and come back. They have to trust you. So I think it all depends, not think, but I know it all depends on your ties to your home country. You know, how long have you been employed? What family members do you have there? How could you convince them that you're going to be entering for the intended purpose and come back home?
Right. So Claudian, yeah, it's not guaranteed at all. I'm sure if we open the lines and say, tell us your story about not getting your US visa, we would hear all different scenarios of who was only asked one question, who was asked 5 questions, how many ties you have and you still didn't get it, or yeah, there are many factors. And don't let anybody trick you to tell you that them know how you can get a visa. I promise you, I promise you, you might end up in problems. So just it's no, just go with having it in your mind that it's not a guarantee. All right, here's one for you, Nadine. It says, do I have to travel on my Canadian visa before I can apply for one for my children?
I suppose it depends on when you received your Canadian visa. So, you know, if you just received it and you're planning to apply for your children to travel with you, then I would recommend stating that information in the children's application.
Okay.
So it really does depend on the person's situation.
All right. Here is another one on YouTube. It says, good day. My husband and I are planning to renew our Canadian visas. We are both retirees, so we would not have job letters. Would that be an issue?
No, maybe what you could do is probably get a letter from either your minister of religion or a JP in your area to say what it is that you were doing before, you know, your job title before you retire. Of course, show your ties to Jamaica. And if it is your child in Canada that you'll be visiting, this is the case, Nora, where a child in Canada can show their ties or their assets to cover the parent's trip to Canada.
Okay.
And another thing that I normally recommend as well, for persons who may have adult children in Jamaica and you are planning to visit Canada, yes, the other adult children are not visiting Canada with you, but I normally recommend using their documents to support your application as well. So, you know, it really depends on the applicant's financial status and their documents and information if you need to ask your other children for support as well, or supporting documents.
And for those who may not have children, for whatever reason, to assist with supporting documents, what other documents can you use to support your ties to your country as a retiree?
Property, of course, bank statements. If they have a pension plan, if you're receiving a monthly pension, you want to include those statements as well. And again, if they don't have a lot of assets in Jamaica, then the child in Canada that they'll be visiting can show their bank statements to say, yes, we'll be covering the cost of our parents' trip to Canada.
Okay. And this one here, I'm going to leave this as the final one just before we go to the break, and I allow you ladies to give your contact information. It says, very broad, how does one go about seeking a job in Canada?
You'd have to go on the websites or network. You know, it depends again on your job title. Is your occupation in demand? The Job Bank is is a government website where you can look for jobs. Of course, I know a lot of people might go on LinkedIn as well. You can probably Google search companies that are in your industry and apply directly to them. But bear in mind, as an international or foreign worker, the employer in Canada first needs to get an approval for the position. So they have to advertise, pay $1,000 processing fee. When they submit the application to Service Canada, if it is approved, then you can apply for your work permit. So it really depends on the job title that they're looking at, Nora, and if it is in demand.
All right. Wonder if any journalists are in demand in Canada. Anyway, the contact information, I'm going to allow Opal to go first. Opal, you can give your contact information, and then Nadine.
Thank you. So for Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. Or you may connect with us on our website, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Our website is www.flowjamlegal.com.
Okay, and for Nadine Mehaber, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Thanks, Ms. Nora.
All right. Thank you, ladies. We are up on the break. Let's take the break. When we come back, we'll take more of your calls and your questions from the YouTube chat.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is...
It's 9:45.
Importers, clear customs, not your schedule. Download the JA Customs Connect mobile app from the Google Play and Apple App Stores and enjoy the ease to calculate your customs duties, search for tariff codes, track and trace your shipments, pay your declarations, and so much more, all in a click right at your fingertips. So save time, save money. Download JA Customs Connect mobile app today. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For details, visit jca.gov.jm. JA Customs Connect mobile app is powered by the Jamaica Customs Agency. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
This Christmas, let home meet you at the door. Travel safe, comfortable, and stress-free with JUTC Rural Express. Whether you're heading to Ocho Rios, the shores of Montego Bay, cool, quiet Mandeville, or the sunset coast of Negril, JUTC takes you there in style. Affordable fares, roomy seating, and reliable service. Just tap your SmartFare card or pay cash. Then relax and ride. This season and anytime you're ready to ride, go home in style with JUTC Rural Express.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays. We're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee, and in studio with me, Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mehaber. And we are taking your calls. If you have any questions, immigration-related questions for the United States or Canada, then you can give us a call. The numbers to call, 876-630-9371. That goes up to 4, and 618-6730. Still seeing some questions coming in on the YouTube chat. Just to follow up on that question previously about renewing a Canadian visa for the retirees, the person followed up to say they are not visiting a child, they're just going to Canada as tourists.
Okay, so then they would need to show their ties to Jamaica. And again, if you're visiting someone in Canada, yes, you can get an invitation letter from the person, or if you're staying at an Airbnb, you would show the cost of your accommodation, and that, of course, you have enough funds to cover the cost for your accommodation and airline tickets and so on.
Okay, good. Here is, well, this is not a question, it's a comment, and I don't know if Opal would want to add anything or just to expound. Someone here on YouTube says, Nora, lots of people are denied because of how they answer the consulate at the U.S. Embassy. I've listened to persons' responses, and they sometimes don't answer with confidence.
Well, that's true. It's a totality of the situation, right? And I always say how you present yourself as well. So even though, no, you don't have to wear a 3-piece suit, Nora, when you're going.
Yes.
Dress appropriately, speak eloquently, And yeah, I think that person has a point. I think the way how you present yourself, they might say, maybe this person, we can chance a person getting that visa.
Yeah, I always find it funny how when Jamaicans go to the embassy, especially if you work in a job where, you know, you have a shirt with a logo, they're always, you know, in their company shirt and the cleanest one, and it's pressed. I'm like, yeah, you go get that visa. You go.
So that I'm working.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So
if you're a police, you're in your uniform. If you're a security guard, you're in your uniform. The nicest uniform you have, press out and your crest is up and your logo is there. And yeah, but Jamaicans at the embassy, trust me, somebody should do a study on that, really and truly. It's something to marvel, trust me. The other questions in the YouTube chat, here is another one. This one for you, Nadine. Not Nadine, Opal, I believe. It was asking about minor. Here it is. Good morning. My wife started filing for my minor daughter and I. The paperwork began in November last year. How long do we have left to wait? She is a green card holder.
Ah, okay. So first, the I-130 have to be approved, and then you have to wait for a visa number to become available. Green card holders, it will take a little bit of time. It normally takes about 2-3 years when it's a green card holder that's filing for their spouse and minor children. So, for example, right now, I believe they're actually at February 2024. So that means they're only issuing out or processing immigrant visas for people who filed on or before February 2024. And since your wife never started until November, it's going to take a while for them to get to the November filing. But first, anyway, the I-130 need to be approved, and then you're just sitting waiting for a visa number to become available. So it may be 2-3 years.
All right. Excuse me. Thank you so much for that. This one is for you, Nadine. It says, for a Jamaican who is now a citizen in Antigua, how do they go about getting a Canadian visa?
Hi. Well, first step would be to apply online. So that's all applications for visitors visa, study permit. Most applications now are submitted online. If your application is successful, then you'll be requested to submit your passport. At that point, it would either be through a visa application center, or if you're able to courier the passport directly to the High Commission. So you would probably need to double check that information after you've submitted. And once you receive the approval letter from Immigration Canada, they would have instructions in the letter on how to submit your passport.
All right. Here is one for you, Opal. It says, how soon after receiving your green card can an LPR apply for a U.S. spouse visa?
Wait a minute now. So it all depends on, does that mean they want to file for their spouse?
That's what I am getting from it. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So if that's what we're assuming, so it depends on who filed for you. So hopefully, I'm praying that it wasn't another spouse who filed for you. And so you just get that green card through a spouse, and now you're going to leave that spouse and file for another spouse. So we want to make sure that that's not the situation here, because that's a no-no. However, if it's like your mother or father had filed for you while you were single, you migrated, that's the key. You have to have landed in the United States, migrated, then you can turn right around the very next day and go back to Jamaica or wherever your country of origin or wherever you choose. And yes, you can then marry your spouse. But like the other caller, because you're only a green card holder, there might be a backlog. There's going to be a little wait before you'll be able to transfer residency to that person. So it might take about 2 or 3 years. So don't let the person come here and run off on their visa, right? Do not let the person stay in their home country. You can go back, marry them, file for them, and just sit and wait for the I-130 to be approved and then for a visa number to become available.
Okay. Here is one. This may be your final question this morning. This one's for you, Opal. My immigrant visa is in my current passport. However, my non-immigrant visa is in my expired passport and was stamped cancelled without prejudice. Will there be any problems at the port of entry?
Wait a minute. Which one was stamped cancelled without prejudice?
My non-immigrant visa.
But if the non-immigrant visa is stamped cancelled, you can't travel on a cancelled visa. The passport, I mean, you can travel on an expired passport, not a problem, as long as the visa is still good in that passport. So I would always tell clients to travel with both, right? The expired passport and the non-expired passport, as long as the visa is still valid in either passports, we're good. And as long as the visa doesn't say cancelled on it, then yes, you're good with traveling.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna leave it this morning. Let me just scroll to the end to see.
Nora, sorry, did the person say their immigrant visa is in one passport?
Right, so she says my immigrant visa is in my current passport. However, my non-immigrant visa is in my expired passport and was not stamped cancelled without prejudice.
It was not stamped.
Not stamped.
That's fine. She has an immigrant visa. That person can just go ahead and migrate because she's going to get, once that person lands in the U.S., if they've paid the money, then they will have the physical green card mailed to them anyway. I don't know. Maybe the embassy just forgot to mark cancel, but they have the immigrant visa in the current passport. So yes, that's fine.
Right. All right, that's where we're going to leave it this morning. Thank you, ladies. Going to give you an opportunity once more to share your contact information, starting with you, Nadine, and then Opal.
Thanks, Nora. For Nadine Mehabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Over to you, Miss Lee, and have a great week, everyone.
Thank you. For Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. Or you may visit our website if you wish to make an appointment. That's www.flowjamlegal.com. And you can also catch us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Flowjam Legal. Have a great and productive week, everyone.
Thank you so much, Opal. And just before you go, Opal, I'm not sure if you have a pickup location for the sorrel. There was some sorrel that you had promised some persons. Katie Buello in the YouTube chat is asking about that sorrel. So you may need to use your social media to just give that pickup location so that those in Florida can know where to go.
Katie Buello, you know where my office is. Come on.
All right.
My Florida office. Get on here.
Good. Nadine is not in Canada. Kirk said he was all over Toronto looking for sorrel. Nadine is in Jamaica, so she may have some sorrel. Not sure about the rest of you.
You can get sorrel in a lot of stores.
Well, I don't know. Well, tell Kirk where in Toronto he can go to find.
I mean, a lot of, whether the West Indian store is a Chinese store, I think no frills, but I mean, it's the dried sorrel. But
okay. Well,
to me, it's just as good.
Yeah, it's
just as good.
Sorrel drink. So there you go. Sorrel for everyone this Christmas. We're going to leave it there. We're making way now for Cliff Hughes Online.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.